Hey, Giant fans. Welcome to the Giant Insider Podcast. My name is Jerry Foley. I'm the senior editor of the Giant Insider newspaper, and with me, as always, is the beat writer in the heart of Giants Nation. Nobody beats the biz, Chris Bizignano. Chris, before we begin, I want to thank our sponsor, as we always do, Fitzpatrick's Crest Tavern, located at 9600 Pacific Avenue in Diamond Beach, just between Wildwood Crest and Cape May. They have a huge selection of spirits, including 21 beers on tap, many of which are from South Jersey local microbreweries. They have 18 widescreen TVs, so you can watch the Sunday Ticket and scarf down my favorite appetizer, the Mardi Gras shrimp, along with other great entrees as well. So if you find yourself vacationing on the South Jersey Shore, head over to Fitzpatrick's Crest Tavern and tell the owner, Sam, that the Giant Insider sent me. That's Fitzpatrick's Crest Tavern, located 9600 Pacific Avenue in Diamond Beach, just between Wildwood Crest and Cape May. The best shuck in town. All right, dude. So a few years ago, we had the Chase Young Bowl, and we know how that turned out. And thankfully, it turned into the Andrew Thomas Bowl, and we got Andrew Thomas. I'm going into this week, Chris, with kind of the same feel. Like it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out at the end of the season. It's going to have huge implications on the draft. But look, as Herman Edwards said, you play to win the game. I'm actually psyched to watch this game. I'm psyched to see what touchdown Tommy DeVito can do. Along with a lot of the other young guys on the Giants. So you never know how it's going to play out, but it will have huge ramifications on where these teams draft most likely. But, we'll save that till the end of the season. But it will be interesting to see how those numbers shake out and where these teams draft because of it. So I already have New England fan friends of mine wishing me luck, thanking us for last week and stuff like that. So, I mean, we leave that stuff to the fans, but you can't deny it will have a huge impact.
Yeah, I got a very good New England Patriot fan. I play golf all the time too, and he was like, "Just make sure you beat us Sunday. Make sure you win." Because they're going to be looking for a quarterback too. I mean, I think it's safe to say the Mac Jones era is all over in New England. They might have they might even have a whole new administration there in New England. The hot rumors about Belichick. This could be it for him. Yeah, so you might have a whole new coaching staff and everything that's going to want their quarterback.
Yep.
And all that. And so I don't even know who's playing. I mean, Belichick's been very, he's been very, very like, I'm not going to really say who's going to quarterback or we'll see. We're practicing.
Well, you're used to that, right?
Yeah, but even Dable's been saying that DeVito's quarterback the last 2 weeks.
Oh, I know, but that whole CIA thing.
Dable's more like that with injuries,
Yeah.
But Belichick's been like, we'll see. So I don't know who the heck the quarterback's even. There was rumors he was going to be the third string. Now he might be starting. We'll see. I guess maybe Belichick says something today in the press. I don't know, but New England is a team that I don't think there's any questions going to be looking for a quarterback, right? Too. Yeah. So obviously the loser of this game will benefit.
Yes, right? From that standpoint. Yes.
Yeah, the loser of this game will benefit, and the winner won't.
Yeah.
We'll be down a few more, one more, or stay fifth to whatever, if the Giants win and all that. So it's amazing. What's amazing, Jerry? I read something this morning. It's the first time the Giants and New England have played without either Brady or Manning since '99.
Wow, that's
how about
something.
That, huh?
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, so that's unbelievable, right?
Yeah, it really is.
So a lot of interesting stuff. You looked at the beginning of the year and you saw Giants and New England Thanksgiving time, and you said, "Oh wow, that could be, that could be
playoff ramifications.
That could be a big game, both teams, maybe playoff ramifications and all that." And now here it is, a 3-win team against a 2-win team. So, Jerry, I don't know about you, man, but I still find this surprising that the Patriots are 3.5-point favorites in this game. I got to be honest with you. No, I don't care. I don't bet, but. And I see a lot of people, it's the Belichick against the rookie quarterback factor. Well, I get that, but.
Well, then even it off. It should be even.
I thought it would be even or 1.
Right.
Tops. I'm just surprised 3.5 because New England is atrocious offensively.
Yes.
And so are the Giants, but the Giants are actually coming off a pretty good offensive game.
Right.
They're home.
Right.
New England doesn't know who the hell their quarterback is. They're a total mess too there. I just found it surprising it was that much, 3.5,
Yeah.
So it's either Vegas really knows what's up or they want you to take New England. They want to try to suck up bettors, I didn't know that, but that Vegas stuff first. But I just found that a little surprising. I thought it would go down that there's still 3.5, So I guess I guess they are going on this Belichick, I guess rookie quarterbacks type theme, and we'll see what happens.
I agree. I thought it would have been even, or even like you said, one. Again, I don't bet either, but you watch these point spreads and you start to understand where they're coming from. But it's almost like Vegas is begging you to take the Giants, which if you want the Giants to lose, it's a good thing for you guys. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that came from. But look, they know a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
This when you say sucker bet, this is like when you baited me into taking the Vikings against the Broncos last week. Like you were Vegas. And I was the guy saying, "Oh yeah, Josh Dobbs." You talked me into Josh Dobbs, so
right.
We'll get to that later. But yeah, so you were,
and you went for it again. Yeah,
I did. I said it. I said you baited me into it. It's going to be a loss, and I'm going to take Josh Dobbs. So
yeah. So look, it's just betting. As far as this point spread, whatever it is, what it is. I just found that a little surprising this week. I do, because this is the 31st and 32nd ranked points for teams, and and the offense is a real bottom of the. But the Giants just showed some spark last week. They do have Saquon Barkley,
right,
to lean on.
Right.
And the Patriots are a mess offense, even more than us right now, because the Giants did have some life last week.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just thinking about wow, I can't believe it stayed at 3, but it is what it is. Whatever, it's no big deal. Like I said, I guess it's the Belichick against the rookie quarterback factor, but this isn't a team that's averaging 17, 18 points a game, New England either, where you say, okay, yeah. All that. But we'll see what happens Sunday. But playoff-wise, it doesn't mean anything. Draft-wise, it does.
Yep. Teams are kind of mirror images of each other a little bit, like offense and defense. Like middle of the pack defense versus a bad offense, right?
Yeah, so. yeah. Both offenses not good.
Yeah.
Below, very low rankings in all categories. New England a little bit better defensively, statistic-wise.
Yeah.
They don't get to the quarterback much. Either do the Giants. Especially when Judon went down. Game, 6 weeks ago, whatever it is now. The Giants don't get to the quarterback much either. They have 19 sacks. Thibodeau has 10.5.
Yeah, our boss Thibodeau.
He has 10.5 of them. So and Dex has 4. So
right.
So you got to spread out between 5.
Really,
5 sacks.
Really condensed into a couple guys.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
So it's like you said, it's like, what do you expect Sunday? Well, I guess a 13-10 type game. Who makes the fewest mistakes, turnovers, all that stuff. And
don't know what the weather is going to be like Sunday. Haven't looked.
Supposed to be nice.
Okay, good.
Yeah, from what I saw this morning, it's supposed to be pretty nice. So.
It's a better chance of it being a little more than 13-10, but yeah, this is a 13-10 type of game. But look, I'm excited. I'm still like on a DeVito high in that every time I see this kid get interviewed, I start laughing. Like, it just makes me smile. Like that someone asked him about this, I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And he's explaining how his dad doesn't cook or make even peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. His mom does everything. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm enjoying this with DeVito. Like, it's a nice distraction.
Yeah.
I cannot believe a kid from Don Bosco starting for the Giants is such a nice distraction for this season that had so much hope.
Right.
So I'm hoping he does well Sunday, man. I want him to do. I'm rooting for this kid. I don't want to lose. Like, I know it's better, like for the draft pick, but once the game starts, like I said, man, I become a buffoon every week. I root for this team, and I know it's probably better if you want the draft pick and all, but I want him to win, and I'm hoping that, I'm hoping he does well against Belichick. This isn't the '85 Bears defense, but like you said, dude,
I know,
like you said, he's going to throw stuff at him that he's never seen before, and just Tommy, just do what you've been doing. Go down, right? Like just go down or throw the ball away. He's got to learn to throw the ball away. That's what he has to do more. But it's at least a distraction a little bit. This kid, I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's what the season's come to.
Yeah. Well, the big thing Sunday is going to be for DeVito is not so much on the pressure. It's going to be how he reads the defense.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because Belichick's a massive at the post snap disguise.
Yeah.
I remember when they got Daniel 4 years ago, when Stephen Gilmore got Daniel on a cover 2 look. He dropped back down the ladder, he climbed the ladder a little bit. Daniel was fooled. He thought he was in a cover 3. They were in cover 2. And things like that. That's what Belichick does. Like, he'll give it a look pre, and then he's going to do something different post, snap. And that's what DeVito is going to get a nice little lesson this week. So I think that's where the turnovers could come, where DeVito thinks he has one thing and he doesn't. He thinks they have one coverage. They're in one coverage and they're not in one coverage, they're in another coverage, where a guy could kind of sneak up on him in the secondary. That's going to be interesting for Tommy. Great lesson for him, right?
Yeah.
As far as education, you like to call it the Belichick education, And Belichick, I think, is like 24-6 against rookie quarterbacks for a reason.
Yeah, right.
He's a master of disguise at times. He's not exotic defenses, but he does like to disguise it post snap, and he likes to try to fool you with different, and especially different blitz looks and all that stuff. So it'll be interesting. It's gonna be great for Tommy to see how he handles it, Jerry.
Yeah, be interesting to see I don't know who those 6 were, but it's interesting to see which 6 beat him. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah.
But it's funny, man. Belichick used to outsmart like Peyton Manning, for God's sake, when they had a slew of offensive weapons with Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne, Edgerrin James. Oh my God! And to be able to, if you could beat Belichick, I know this isn't. It's not Patriot teams of the past.
Yeah.
But if DeVito could come out with a win, you got to feel good about it. So just again, it's all about Tommy DeVito going forward and seeing what the young guys can do. And Barkley. I guess that one of the things, Chris, that was a little bit of a surprise was Andrew Thomas. He's nursing an injury. Like, what do you do there? Like, if you were the Giants, would you just shut him down till next year?
No, I wouldn't. If he could play, he plays.
Okay.
And Andrew played through last week. Listen, Bobby Kirk came out today and said he's got a cracked rib.
Yeah.
And he's playing. Jerry, this is what they do. They play.
Yeah.
No team's gonna, once he gets cleared to play, no team's gonna say, let's shut him down, because we're not winning. That's not the way this works.
Yeah.
Andrew's gonna play. If he could play, Andrew, he's gonna play.
I'm saying, would you do it? Or would you let him play?
Yeah. No, I let him play.
Okay.
We're trying to win football games, I let him play. Listen, I understand. Oh, shut him down. Why would you shut him down?
No, I wouldn't. But it's a popular sentiment among fans.
I get it with the fans. Guy's got a pinky. This guy hurt his pinky. Shut him down. This guy, shut him down.
Because the season's lost, right? Yeah.
I know, but you're there to win. I'll say it again. These guys are playing for jobs, not so much Andrew.
Yeah, right.
The coaches, their records, resumes. These guys are playing to win games. If you don't believe me, if everything I said, well, last week, what did they do last week? They won a game, right? And they're going to look to win again this week. And if guys are out there for their teammates, they're going to be out there for their teammates. If they could go, they're going to go.
Yep.
If guy checks out, because he's still got an injury, or maybe they'll know and he'll sit down, whatever it might be, and he'll be gone next year. Yeah. Coaching staffs are looking for guys who would check it out, Jerry, right now.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But the Giants have played hard last week. Why they played hard last week? Now, on the flip side, a little bit, Tate Banks incident.
Yeah, right.
With the live stream.
Yeah.
You could see Dable was annoyed by it. He answered it today. He just said, we can't have that here. So you could see, from what I understand, they talked to Tay.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told me this morning. They talked to Tay. He's a young man. Yeah. He realized his mistake. He came out today in the locker room and he said, it's a learning experience. It won't happen again.
Yep.
Jerry, you got to understand something too. I'm sure it wasn't just coaching staff that was annoyed with this. Other players are annoyed with it too.
You brought it up last.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because the locker room is a secret place to these guys. Yep. This is their own little world, right?
Yep.
So when you live stream something, you don't know what somebody is going to say in the background.
Right.
This is their place, Jerry.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, luckily somebody didn't say, "Oh, the effing Howell, he's an effing bum."
Right.
Look, you might be thinking that, but you don't want that to get out.
Yeah. I'm laughing because like even when we live stream, like make sure there's no distractions, everything's got to be out. Like it's just funny. I mean, I can't imagine live streaming as an athlete with what is said in the locker room. Like you said, it's a sacred place. You don't know what could come out, and then that person looks bad. Yeah. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, Jerry, you're right, man. I mean, you could be doing your live stream thing. Yes, and the Redskins. Redskins. Oh my God, I can't. The Commanders didn't draft me, and I'm pissed. Or whatever it is, right? McLaurin 17. We shut him down. And here's a guy in the back saying, "Hey, you going with your wife today?" Oh, not my wife. I'm going with my girlfriend. Dude,
right.
Look,
right.
Look. You trying to tell me that can't happen?
Totally. Right.
So the point being, it's a secret place, a locker room. You don't live stream where guys don't know you're live streaming and are talking behind you.
Yeah.
What if a guy says something about a coach?
Right.
Right?
Yeah, totally.
It's a bad look. So he learned his lesson. He's a kid. Let's not forget something.
Yeah.
He's a kid.
Chip on his shoulder. I get
Kids
it.
make mistakes. Adults make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it. And the kid came out today. Says it was a learning experience. Won't happen again. Mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is what it is now. Obviously, Dable today, the way he answered, I could tell he was annoyed. I know Dave's pretty good. He was annoyed,
Yeah.
and it's annoys. So they don't want. And players, trust me on this, Jerry. Players were annoyed with a lot of that stuff because not so much kids expressing himself. I'm sure it's just so much. That's their place. That's their world. The locker room. They don't want anybody violating it. And when you live stream something, you don't know what Jerry Foley, who's standing next to you, doesn't know your live stream is going to say.
No, forget it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the point. So move on. It was a mistake.
Right.
It wasn't like he had this defiant attitude, like, well, all right, whatever. I won't do it. Like you could tell some guys, you could tell. No, he was at his locker saying it was a mistake. It won't happen again.
And you know what? I know it's maybe secondary, but fans forgive it right away too when you apologize. Like even the Evan Neal thing from a few weeks ago. Like you don't talk about that anymore. I mean, Evan Neal. It'll be even better if Evan Neal can get better as a player. But it's kind of like, all right, you said it, you apologize, move on. And it's a sincere apology. It is what it is. A young kid, stupid mistake, but there's worse things. So just get over it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Evan Neal thing, no other players said anything to him. I'm pretty sure with Tay Banks with this incident, the live stream, I'm sure other players said, "Yo, what are you doing?
Yeah,
are you out of your mind?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're talking here in the back, and you're live streaming. So
right.
Anyway, so that's over with. Tay's got to work on some other things. Forget about the live stream. We don't want that, right? We discussed. But Tay's got to work on some other things. He's got to work on some tackling the last few weeks.
Stop shoulder tackling, man.
Yeah, he's got to work on some technique. He's got to work on some, he's been getting beat a few times. He got beat last week by Dotson. Yeah. Got beat in the Raider game on a go, So he's got to work on something. He's got to tighten the ship a little bit, Tay. He's a talented kid. We all know that. Love him as a corner. He's got to tighten the ship a little bit, tighten the ship. And I'm sure he will. Jerome's working with him. Jerome Henderson's working with him all the time and all that stuff. And we move on from there. So I don't know how much he's going to get tested this week against the winger. We'll see. We'll see how that works out.
Like you said, we don't know who the quarterback is for them yet, right? Like that's unbelievable.
Yeah. I got to be honest. It wouldn't shock me if Will Greer's in there.
Why not, right? Give him a shot. Yeah.
Especially Belichick. I think, they're pretty fed up with Mac Jones and all that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll find out soon.
It's going to be Zappy or Will Greer, right?
Zappy or Greer, if he doesn't go with Mac. So, from what I understand, Greer's been practicing pretty well, up there in New England, and we'll see. You'll see if he goes in, but Bradley's. Zappy's a guy that he's actually played. At times look pretty good, other times not look good. So the backups for a reason, bro. Yeah,
no kidding, dude. You mentioned a player before with the rib injury, Bobby Okereke. I mean, what a at first it was, he struggled picking up the defense, and now, arguably, the best player all around on defense. With all due respect, I know Dexter Lawrence and Thibodeau's having a year. Dexter Lawrence is probably the best player overall, but Okereke's, top 2 or 3. He got 105 tackles already, man. Like, were you surprised by that number or no? I mean, that's a lot for 11 games, dude.
No, but that's what Bobby's done.
Yeah.
I think he had 140 something last year.
Yeah.
What was I surprised by? What do you mean that he
105 already?
It doesn't appear he's had that many, or
no? That number just jumped out at me. Like I know there were games where he's had like 14, I didn't do the math in my head where I'm like, oh my god, 11 games, 104. Holy crap! Like this is what you wanted. That jumped out at me. That's all.
Look, looking at his stats the last 7 games, he's up that 10 number, 8, 11, 14, all that. So. Considering 11 games in, no, it didn't really. It wasn't like I looked at it, Jerry, and go, "Wow, I can't believe he's had." I thought he had like 70. No, it didn't surprise me,
Yeah.
And it doesn't surprise me that he's doing this because he's done this in the past.
Yeah,
he's done this in the past.
They're not downfield either. Like he's making impact plays.
Yeah, you look at his stops at the line of scrimmage. The number's pretty high too.
Yeah,
he's got some TFLs and all that.
Yeah.
So. Like there's a couple of guys, in this league, they have a lot of tackles, but a lot of them are like 5-6 yards down the field. And I can think of one right now, right off the top of my head, Alex Singleton in Denver.
Yeah.
He's a guy that comes up. He's got 150 tackles every year, but not rated very high as an inside back at all because a lot of them, he misses. He won't get off a block or he'll make a tackle 5-6 yards. And I'm not knocking Alex Singleton. He's a very active linebacker, but it's one of the reasons why the Eagles moved on from him. And he's over in Denver. He's doing the same thing. We got a ton of tackle, but you also have to look at the stops at the line, TFLs.
Yeah.
Watch the film. Are they getting off blocks? Then, and then making an arm tackle and then wrap them up 6-7 yards down the field. All that, it's a lot to look into. Okereke's rated pretty high too. And hey, look, he's an excellent player. Now he's up for the Art Rooney sportsmanship.
Yeah, saw that.
Now he's a nominee for the Giants. So I've been telling you this all year. Bobby's a great great friggin' guy, man. Talk to him all the time. Always talk. Friendly guy, man. He's always watching. He's always looking at that iPad, man. Always studying the other team. And you know what, Jerry? They turn this around if they get this turned around a little bit next year, and be a little more, considering he's in New York now, it'd be a huge spotlight for him, and people are gonna be loving him, and everybody's gonna be finding out about him, because obviously with the media in New York and all that, because he's just a great guy on and off the field, man. I think, Jerry, I look, no question, and you're rightfully so, and a lot of Giant fans, I think the first few weeks were like, man, Kirk, I thought I expected a little more, blah, 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 blah. And remember, I kept telling you, don't worry about it. I'm telling you, just watch with this guy. Not that I'm some prophet. I'm just saying.
No, but you kept saying, wait till he picks up.
Wait till he picks it up. This guy will get it going. Trust me, you're going to like this guy. Because I know Johnny. I saw already with tweeting, this guy's a boss. What kind of signing is this? And I get it. He wasn't that guy, right? The first 2-3 games, but he's been that guy since week 4. He's been that guy since that time in the locker room. I guess it was around week 5, Jerry, or week 4 when I reported this.
Yeah.
And I said, Bobby told me at his locker, I know the defense now.
Right.
I got it down,
Right. Yep.
And he's been,
Yeah, he's really
since
taken
that
off.
week,
Yeah.
So really good. Jerry, I think he's going down now as one of the better free agent signings for this team in a while.
I was gonna say since
Pierce, Roll, go guys
Plaxico
like that,
Burress. Right. Yeah.
I mean, Antrell was the 2011 team, right? Antrell was then.
Yes, 2010, I think.
Right, he was one of the better free agent signings, leader, captain, all that stuff. Pierce back in the 07, 08, all that time.
Yeah,
and I think Bobby's going to go down as one of those guys too. One of the better free agent signings in a long time.
Yeah. All right, dude, we're going to take a break, guys. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to the Giant Insider Podcast. Hang on. And we're back, folks. You're listening to the Giant Insider Podcast with Jerry Foley and Chris. Nobody beats the Biz Ignano. Another guy on defense, a stat that did jump out that you posted that I was like, okay, didn't see this one coming. Thibodeau's 14.5 sacks in his first 25 games is the most by a Giants player since individual sacks became an individual stat in 82. JPP had 14 in his first 25. So Thibodeau is a little ahead of schedule with regard to JPP. Now, JPP was a bit of a role player on the 2010 team and then really came into his own in 2011, right? This is, look, a few weeks ago, there were people saying that Thibodeau was a bust, and Giant fans were saying it, and he's really coming into his own. He's using a lot more moves is what I've noticed, dude, to rush the passer. And this is the guy that we thought we were getting when he came out of Oregon. And again, he had the knee injury last year. You know how much it bothered him all year. I want to make excuses for him, but it was a factor, right?
It is what it is. You're right.
So,
you're right.
Again, I'm trying to find bright spots on this team, and we're talking about 2 of them right now with Okereke and Thibodeau. And that stat did jump out like, oh, wow, that's something I did not even think about. So,
yeah, either did I until I read it, Jerry. I got to be honest with you. So I wasn't even thinking that, until I sort of stopped. I was like, whoa, what the hell is this? I read the stat. And, but you know what? I tell you, Jerry, man, he had a couple sacks last week and all that. And you know what really impressed me the most? The play that really impressed me the most, when he got off that block and made that tackle at the line of scrimmage.
Oh,
Brian Robinson. He got off. I think it was a Leno block or the tight end, whatever it was.
Yeah.
He set up the table, got off the block, boom, tackle at the line, played the run, right?
Yep.
Really strung it out well. Got off the block, shed the block, boom, made the tackle. Things like that. I look at that and I say, well, man, that's great. That's great because you just not out there to get a sack here and there, and then they run at you. Liability in the run defense. You can't do that. Can't have that on the edge. Can't be a liability,
Right.
So that impressed me. And I've seen him do that a lot in his first 2 years. And look, you look at Tibbs, right? And you say 14 and a half sacks, 2 years, whatever it is. Not even 2 years. Yeah, wow, I guess still got 6 games.
Yeah, right.
And you say, okay, and you look at him and go, hey, he's still not a polished, right?
No,
he's still
not a finished product at all. No.
Project yet, right? He's still like a project, right? You can polish him off a little bit, finish it off, right? The product and all that stuff. Now we got the product, right?
Yeah.
Right. You look at it, and because there's still some things, and what's going to happen when he polishes it up even more?
Right.
When he finishes that product,
right, and when the Giants can give him a serious threat on the other side too.
Look, Jerry, that would be great. But not every team has that. Not every team could say, oh, we got 2 bookends. So if it isn't, you still got to do your thing.
Yeah.
You got to do your thing, And listen, if Ojulari in year 4 is healthy and is that 10 sack, 8 sack guy, whatever, yeah, that's great, Jerry, But if not, finish that, polish it, baby, polish it up.
Yeah.
Become that finished product, which I think he will.
Yeah.
And look, Jerry, look at this year, right? 10.5 sacks. And he's been no Ojulari basically all year. Let's face it,
0,
right?
none.
Even when he's back the other day, he looked like he looked
like
he
was jogging, right?
He looked like a shell of himself. So he's obviously something not 100%,
right?
Okay,
right.
But hey, man, that's still pretty impressive, because he's not getting much help. Dex,
right.
He pushes that pocket at times. We all know that Dex get pressures and all that, and you got wing blitzes and all that stuff. But it's pretty impressive, man. And I think next year. Jerry, in the beginning of the season, we looked at it and go, okay, we need more out of Kayvon. We said it, right? 5th overall, 4 sacks.
He's one of the guys that has to step up this year.
Hey, you know what? We talked about it in August. Hey, one of the guys got to step up. 5th overall pick, he had 4 sacks, did some good thing. We need some more, right?
Yep.
Well, we have got more.
Right.
So he answered the call of the Giant Inside podcast of, yeah, we need a guy. We listed a bunch of guys that need to step up. Most of them haven't, right? But Kayvon is one of those guys that did.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one that has. And it was like, and next year, like, I think this year we were like, yeah, Dexter needs to maintain the level. Next year, I would probably say that Thibodeau just needs to maintain, obviously, like you said, polish up, but maintain it in that, play the run well and continue to, develop your craft with regard to the pass rush. But, it's just another guy that you can be somewhat excited about going forward. Like he's becoming that 5th overall pick that we're excited about,
Yeah. When you look at the team next year and say, who's our core guys? He's one of them.
Yeah, along with Dex and Okereke. These are the guys that we're kind of naming. Hopefully Tay Banks as well. So, all right. Offensive, or I should say, going against the Pats.
Pretty good against the run.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what worries you other than Belichick throwing things at DeVito?
That's about it. No,
I know. You look at his roster. Like,
Ramondre Stevenson is a good back. They throw it to him a ton. He runs pretty well. I know some explosiveness in his legs the last few times. Beginning of the year, I'm looking at Ramondre, and I was like, what the hell are we doing here? He didn't look like the same back. The last few weeks he has. I noticed some juice in his legs. They love to throw to him. And their rookie wide receiver is pretty good. Demario Douglas, he's really been coming on for them. They got Hunter Henry and Kazeki. But the quarterback, the offensive line.
Mr. Smith,
The offensive line.
Amazon, baby.
The offensive line is only give up like 23 sacks. They don't give up a ton of sacks either. So it'll be interesting. And on defense, look, Belichick blitzes, looks, post snap looks. That's going to be the issue. I think Saquon could do some. I know they're not bad against the run, but I think Saquon could do some things.
Yeah, they're top 10 rushing, but I think passing. I think they're around 19 or something.
They're 9th against the rush, 18th against the pass.
That was close.
This defense, 16th overall.
Yep.
And
scoring, I think they're 23, something like that.
And like a typical, the 23rd in points allowed, and like a typical Belichick, the 7th in red zone defense.
Yeah, right. Bend don't break.
Yeah, that's where.
But also the old friend Jabril Peppers, though, huh? He's having a good year.
Who?
Jabril, your boy.
Tell you, one of the best.
Coaching. Right?
I used to report this. That guys in the locker room when they lost. One guy who really took it serious. Remember the guy that had a mean ass look in his face. He was Jabril Peppers.
Yeah.
And I'm watching him in New England this year, and Bill's doing so many things with him, and Gerard Mayo and his son Steve running the defense down there. And I tell you, Jerry, I looked at him. I said, "Man, I see him flying around and fired up."
Yeah.
I said, "Man, I think I put it out like 2 weeks ago. Man, I miss Pep. Man, I kind of wish we had Peppers still on his team.
Right.
He used to bring the lumber, man. He was a fiery guy.
Yeah.
Not the most polished safety, but he's having a great year for him. You're going to see him Sunday, man. He's doing so many things for Belichick. Having a really good year for him, man. He's rated very high. Probably his best year since he's been in the NFL. And I kind of miss him in a way. He brought that attitude, He brought that attitude, man. And he was one of those guys in the locker room. I remember, man. He cared. He was pissed when they lost, man. So
yeah. It's good to see him having a
Jersey
good
kid too, right? Jersey kid.
Yeah, North Jersey. You always said like you liked him, and he always took it hard. And I remember I think it was the Saints overtime game. We're taking the effing ball. Like I missed that attitude. I think it was the coin flip when he said, "We're taking the effing ball," or whatever he said. I forget, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I just expect this game, like you said, to be kind of ugly. There's not much. You look at their offense, and especially without Mac Jones or without him, it's like flip a coin, right? There's not much that really scares you per se. And then
Ezekiel Elliott.
Again, but you know what? He does well against the Giants, though. He has good games against the Giants.
That's true. Yeah, Zeke might have a little flashback. Yeah,
like seems like he only plays well really against the Giants. Actually, plays well against the Eagles when they play. But yeah, I mean, other than that, dude, you have any more thoughts on this game? Or
no, I expect it to be
picks?
like a low scoring, kind of like that. I hate to say Jets Giants feel, but it'd be more than that. But it's sort of like that 16-13 type feel,
Yeah, right.
That's what I expect out of this, out of this game. But if Tommy could do some things, we'll see.
Yeah.
I expect Kafka to be a little aggressive again. I think they'll take a few shots. You look at some of these Giant games, and I know at times they try to get Jalen involved a little deep, and I think they're going to try it again. I think they're going to try to get Jalen involved. There's been a time. It looks like there's been a few times. It looks like Jalen's been open, just haven't gotten the ball.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out. And then Saquon. You got Saquon. So it's going to be a lot of Saquon, I'm sure.
They say let Russell cook. That means like let him do his thing. Let Tommy's mother cook. That should be the saying for Tommy DeVito this week. Let Tommy's mom cook down the field, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Cool. Let's so picks for this week, Chris. We evened off. And you got me with the Vikings. You baited me into it. I took Josh Dobbs. So congratulations. You're still up 7. So
I'm coasting now.
You are, yeah, you're coasting. This is your sweet spot right here. But Thanksgiving week, 3 games tomorrow, dude. First off, 12:30. Remember when everybody hated the Lions playing on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Seems so long ago, man. Now
crappy
it's like,
games, right? Crappy games.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now it's Packers Lions.
Yeah. Now I'm happy for them, to be honest with you, Jerry.
Yeah, me too.
They've been on Thanksgiving for 9,000 years, and most of the time they run very good. And now here they are, an 8-2 squad.
Yeah. And it might be the Packers that are the crappy team when they go up against the Lions. So who do you like there?
I like the Lions at home.
Yeah, me too.
I know Packer won 2 in a row, but I like the Lions at home.
Now, based on last week, but the Commanders can't play the Giants too well, but they take the Eagles to the brink, and I don't know. They always seem to play, I guess, the Cowboys. I don't know how. I have to look back, but you would think this would be a blowout at 4:30. Commanders at Cowboys. Obviously, I'm taking the Cowboys. I don't know how close this game will be.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys too, especially since they've been destroying everybody at home. And Washington's, look, the Giants always play well or beat them. We know that.
Yes. Yeah.
So you really can't go by that because, like you just said, they'll play Philly right to the stretch, right to the end.
Unbelievable.
Dallas, I don't think as well. I don't think they play Dallas as well as Philly, and Dallas seems to be really playing well at home. They score a lot of points at home.
Yeah.
So I think Washington will score some points, but I like the Cowboys in like a 42-21 type game.
Yeah, same. 8:20 tomorrow night, 49ers at Seahawks. I'll go 49ers on the road. They got off the schneid. So
yeah, Niners have played 2 good games in a row. I think Geno Smith's questionable. I don't even know if he's even going to play. Thursday night he's got a bad elbow, some bicep or something. The Niners, they got all their guys back, and they seem to be hitting stride. So I'm going to go with the Niners.
They are our only hope in the NFC, buddy. Them and the Lions. The 49ers.
Eagles,
oh, God.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute. First Black Friday game. Dolphins at Jets.
Yeah. I'll go with Miami. I'll go with Miami on the road.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout, though. I think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be pretty. Yeah, I think it'll be, somewhat close. Look, what's the strength of the Dolphins? They love to wing it all over the lot, and that's the strength of the Jets D. So I think for that reason alone, I think it'll be somewhat close. But I think Miami will do enough.
Yeah, me too.
To win this game. I think their defense, I know the Jets are going with Boyle. And I like Miami, though.
24-10 type of game for me, I think. All right, 1:00 Sunday, Bucks at Colts.
I'm going to go with the Colts.
Are you?
Yeah, those 5-5 Colts. Yeah. What a Bucks 4-6. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. I can see it.
I'm gonna go Bucks on the road, and I just lost that one. All right.
No. That's a flip.
Steelers at Bengals.
Cincy.
Without Burrow, huh? You're still going Cincy.
What, Burrow's out for sure?
I thought so. No, maybe I'm wrong. Okay.
No, maybe you're right. Burrow's out.
Sorry. I don't know. I thought he was. I'm not giving any information here that I don't know.
Well, if Burrow's out, I'll go with.
Well, let's. I think we should just in the effort of gamesmanship. I should look this up. No?
Let's come back to that one. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, he's out. Is he out for the season? Right, with the wrist.
Oh, Jerry, I'm so sorry, man.
You made me second guess it. That's so funny. I'm like, wait a minute.
What am I talking about? He can't even pick up a football. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot about last week.
Dude, you totally got me second guessing it.
Man,
I'm pretty sure he's out for the year.
Totally drew. Yeah, no, he's done with that wrist, right, for a while. Yeah, so I'll go with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, me too. All right.
Nice season.
I should let you go with Cincinnati.
You shouldn't have said nothing, Jerry.
I'm too honest, buddy. I'm too honest. All right. Okay, it was like, that's peculiar. He really should be going with Pittsburgh here. All right, 1 o'clock.
Totally forgot about Burrow last week. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So funny. Panthers at Titans.
I'll go with the Titans at home.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Panthers guys, but I'm going to go Titans as well. Jaguars at Texans. Ooh, that's a tough one.
It's a good one, man. Houston smoked them already. I think Jacksonville gets a little revenge as well. I'll go with Jacksonville.
I'm going to go CJ Stroud, baby. CJ Stroud at home. Some of this is an effort to catch up too, Chris. Saints at Falcons. I'll go Saints on the road.
Derek Carr, right? He might not be playing.
Yeah.
What's this story? I'm gonna go with the Falcons. Desmond Ridder back. I'm gonna go with the Falcons at home.
That's right. He is back. 4 o'clock. Rams at Cardinals. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Cardinals at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you. I'm with you on that one. Cardinals at home.
Let's do this, Kyler. Keep winning, buddy. Browns at Broncos. Without Deshaun, I'll go Broncos at home. Man, I thought Russell was done. Good. Like you said, I think you tweeted it. Kudos to Sean Payton out there, man. Right?
Yeah. Broncos are playing, but I'll go with the Broncos again at home.
Bills at Nick Sirianni.
I hate to say it, I'm not crazy about this Bills team. The Jet win last week didn't impress me. I know they played better, but I'm going to go with Sirianni.
So do I. I have to.
Games in Philly, right, Jerry?
Yeah, games in Philly.
They're very good at home too, man. I'll go with Philly.
Chris, do you agree? I made a statement today to an Eagle fan friend of mine. The Eagles have become the Cowboys in the sense that when they had Andy Reid and they were good, they were a quiet team. They just went about their business. I mean, there's some players that were annoying, but they didn't have that arrogance about them. And Nick Sirianni is Barry Switzer, Jimmy Johnson. Like he's kind of they're becoming kind of what that fan base hates a little bit. And they all say the same thing now. Well, if he didn't coach my team, I would hate him too, or I dislike him too. But you guys, you better start owning the fact that you're now becoming what you used to despise in the Dallas Cowboys. That's my take with what's happening with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Everybody despised Dallas back then, right? With that arrogance, Jimmy Johnson switched it out a couple years, and
right again, not like the Tom Landry,
No, Tom Landry wouldn't do that shit. No. It was this Jimmy Johnson Switzer stuff,
Yep.
And Sirianni's just, with his stupid crap coming off the field the other day, yelling, making these things on the field so obnoxious. Like, dude, you lost to these guys last year. Relax, calm down.
Right.
Yeah.
And the facial, when he goes when he went like this after the incompletion, like, your guy was burned, Nick. Your guy was burned. Relax. You did nothing to defend that play. That was annoying. I think I was more annoyed at that than the locker room thing. I'm like, Nick, like, your defense, you should be thanking God. You should be going like this. Thank you that he dropped that pass.
Yep. He was clearly behind you deep, brother.
Jeez.
I'd love to see the Bills go in and knock him off. I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. I don't trust them at all. Chiefs at Raiders. The Chiefs rebound this week, right?
I'm not going to bet. I tell you, I think this is going to be a close one too. But I'm not going to go against the Chiefs 2 weeks. I'm sorry. I don't think the Chiefs are going to lose 2 weeks in a row.
And the Raiders played the Dolphins well last week, way better than I thought they would.
Turnovers was an issue there.
Yeah.
But Jalen got on Aiden O'Connell a couple of times.
Yeah.
But that was, I tell you, man, Antonio Pierce, I didn't think it was even going to be a game. I got to be honest with you. I thought Miami was going to beat him by about 20 points.
Thought the same thing.
And that was a game.
Yeah.
Credit to Antonio Pierce, man. That's why this is going to be a dogfight, man, against the Chiefs, son. I'm telling you. Look, I'm going to pick the Chiefs, Jerry, but I'm not going to be shocked if the Raiders upset them.
Yeah. And the Chiefs and Mahomes is learning what it's like to not have a plethora of receivers. And by the way, dude, all they do with Kadarius Toney is punt returns and very easy plays for him to learn. So he seems like he's not really part of that offense like he should be.
He's not part of the offense, man.
He's tremendously talented, which is the same issue we had here, right?
I was just hoping Kadarius would bust one on a punt return the other night,
And the other night when he ran, I was like, dude, run left. It's open. Like the one punt return that he made all those moves, like break left, you had it. So I'm rooting for the Chiefs like it was the friggin' Giants the other night. Ravens Chargers 8:20 Sunday night. Oh, Ravens on the road.
I agree.
Absolutely. Monday night, Bears at Vikings. Going Bears. I'm rooting for them, and I think they're going to take the Vikings. How about that?
You like the Bears?
Barely. Not really, but I'm going with them.
I'll go. That game's in Minnesota, right?
Yes.
I'll go in Minnesota on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And finally, 1:00 Sunday, Patriots Giants. It's going to be interesting to see who makes this game. It's Thanksgiving weekend. I'm curious to see what the crowd's going to be like, how packed it's going to be, or how empty.
I think it's going to be pretty quiet there, dude.
Yeah, probably 70% full, probably.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Who do you like?
I like the Giants. Call me crazy. I like the Giants to win 2 in a row. I think they're going to get some turnovers on defense. I think Saquon's going to have a pretty good game. I like him in a 13-10 or 16-13 game. 2 in a row for Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, it'd be nice, man. I'm rooting for. I'm obviously pulling for the Giants. I'll go with the Giants too, because I can flip a coin on this one, dude. I'm not going to take the Patriots, so I'll go Giants. And the tankers will be pissed.
Bullock. Maybe Randy Bullock wins it at the end. How about that?
That'd be nice.
What are we doing? Are we going with Randy Bullock? Are we going with Cade York? You got to do something this week, babes.
Yeah, right.
I say York's released. And they go.
Yeah, just go with Bullock.
I didn't quite get this whole York thing anyway,
but the Tommy DeVito story I think lives on this week, and almost could have a Jeremy Lin type of feel to it, Chris, if he wins a couple more. I think team's not doing much, but it's a nice story, that kind of thing. So yeah. I hope he wins. So
yeah, it'll be a real feel good thing going into the bye week, right?
Yeah, right. So, and they'll have 2 weeks to get ready for his next opponent, Chris. Tommy DeVito on 2 weeks. They'll say that'll be the storyline.
Yeah,
beware Tommy. 2 weeks.
Beware pack.
Yeah, it is. 2 weeks of chicken cutlets, baby.
Yep.
Good stuff. All right. Anything else?
No, that's it. Everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving, right? Enjoy the game.
Yep.
Wherever you might be watching it. And everybody be safe, right? That's the main thing.
Yep.
Be safe for a holiday weekend and all that stuff. And, I hope everybody enjoys their holiday with their families.
Yep. Well said, buddy. Good stuff. And we'll come back next week. We'll let you know what days. We'll put it out on Twitter. So, all right, guys, have a safe holiday. Sundays are Giant days. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.